Record warm water along the Florida coast topping 90 degrees is killing coral reefs at an alarming rate. But the University of Miami Rosenstiel School is leading a project to try to save the coral. Our David Yeomans is standing by with Dr. Andrew Baker. David, to learn more.
Jen, thank you. And Dr. Baker, thank you for your time. Tell us, first of all, how bad the situation is out there in Florida with coral dying off.
Well, thanks so much for having me. It's pretty bad. I mean, this is the worst coral bleaching event that we've had on record, really, since scientists have begun studying that reef. The temperatures are in some places over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or were a couple of weeks ago. And although the reefs are protected from some of those really extreme inshore temperatures, they're still temperatures that are sort of like hot tubs or jacuzzis out there. And they're resulting in massive bleaching episodes where the corals are losing their coloration and turning white, almost like someone running a fever. And if that fever doesn't break pretty soon, a lot of these corals are going to go ahead and die, I think.
This may not be something that folks here in Texas think about, except when we go on vacation and might go snorkeling every once in a while. But tell us why we should care. Why is coral so important? And why is this event such a big deal?
So coral reefs are like the marine equivalent of a rainforest. They're homes to all kinds of amazing species and diversity that is really uncompared anywhere else in the world. There are more species that live on coral reefs than anywhere else in the ocean. And in fact, somewhere between about a quarter and a third of all marine species depend on coral reefs at some point in their lifespan. Coral reefs as well in places like Florida, Hawaii, and around the world are also really important for local economies. A lot of places depend on them for commercial fisheries, recreational fisheries. In some places, it's their main source of animal protein. And increasingly, we're appreciating the fact that coral reefs actually protect coastlines from the damaging effects of storms. And right here in Southeast Florida, I'm in Miami, we have so much built infrastructure and very little relief, very little hills, very low-lying areas that are tremendously vulnerable from the effects of wave action. And coral reefs actually protect our shores from that by dissipating that wave energy offshore and preventing it from causing damage inland. So we really need to protect these ecosystems because they provide us with these amazing benefits kind of at no cost to us.
You and your team at the University of Miami are doing something about this, though. Tell us now about your project to try to save the coral.
So yeah, we recently, about a year ago, began a project kind of ironically funded by the U.S. Department of Defense to try to investigate ways of incorporating corals into artificial reef structures in what you might consider a hybrid coral reef that actually produces a structure underwater very quickly. That's the artificial part, but then covers it with corals and tries to make sure that those corals are engineered to be as thermally tolerant as possible. And so for about a year now, we've been testing and developing all kinds of different ways to make corals more thermally tolerant, as well as designing structures that are going to be best suited to dissipate wave energy and also be healthy for corals. And the goal is that using these sort of nature-based solutions, we can actually protect coastlines at much lesser cost than using standard sort of cement-based engineering approaches like seawalls and other kinds of solutions.
That makes sense. And as we wrap things up here, in your expert opinion, what do you think are the best and worst case scenarios going forward relating to coral and climate change?
Well, I think here in Florida, the best case scenario is that temperatures go down sharply from now on and these corals get a chance to recover. And we don't see the kinds of levels of coral death that we are predicting at the moment. But going forward, we know that this is going to keep going. This is going to keep getting worse as time goes on. And we really need to take serious action to alleviate the root cause of this, which are greenhouse gas emissions, because left uncontrolled, we can expect to see increasing marine heat waves, increasing problems with our coral reefs, and increasing effects with ecosystems worldwide. So this is just hitting us very soon, much sooner than we thought down here in Southeast Florida.
Is it possible that one day, conceivably, these species could be extinct, or is it not quite that alarming?
It's definitely a possibility. People have, for years now, predicted that coral reefs might be the first global ecosystem to go extinct as a result of climate change. And many of those predictions are proving to be correct, at least in terms of how many coral reefs we've lost so far. The question is, can we still rebuild the reefs from what we've got left? And how can we engineer and science our way out of this and buy these corals sometime while we get the climate crisis under control?
Sure. Well, thank you and your team for your work. Appreciate your time today, Dr. Baker with the University of Miami.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much for having me.